Many of the projects we started in 2020 have less than 18-month cycle. So we will see a good number of projects initiated by our administration completed in 2021. So there's a lot to look forward to in 2021. God sparing our lives. In fact, a look at the budgetary allocations shows that there is still a lot to be done in various sectors. It is certainly not Uhuru, but we will continue to do our best to make things work in our dear states.
The governor noted that the budget will increase the state's ability to respond to economic challenges.
For 2021 fiscal year, we will continue to be innovative and creative in our approach to financing. The total sum for the budget is 268.8 billion. We have some alternative finance models which we will be exploring in 2021. So this project, which the House saw as imperative, will still be implemented. However, we will carry out those projects without incurring higher interest on those or negatively impacting Oyo State's economic policies and budget performance.
It's to be recalled that Governor Makinde ordered a downward review of 273.7 billion naira budget, earlier approved by the House of Assembly to 268.8 billion naira due to the need to achieve a favorable budget performance. Governor Sheyi Makinde says his administration will, in 2021, complete a host of infrastructural projects kick-started by his government. The governor stated these while speaking at the 2020 Christmas Carol service and night lessons held at the Remembrance Arcade opposite Government House, Agodi, Ibadan. Governor Makinde maintained that many roads and other infrastructural development projects embarked upon by his administration will be commissioned in 2021. He noted that projects, which include bus interchanges, Akwete Wharton Road, Shaki Township Road, Oroku, Gedu, Ashikwa Road, Monia, Ijayi, Same Road, Akalawe, and others, will be commissioned in the new year. Meanwhile, federal government has said 4 pedestrian BGs are to be constructed between Ibadan Tollgate and Ojo as part of ongoing reconstruction of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Director, Highways Construction and Rehabilitation, Federal Ministry of Works, Funsho Adebiyi, made this known after a meeting with some officials of the state government in Ibadan. Adebiyi said the construction of the 4 pedestrian BGs will take care of the high human density on toll gate and Ojo access. He noted that federal government was collaborating with Oyo State government for effective management of traffic control while the construction works last. Meanwhile, in continuation of its training program for the workforce, the Oyo State Housing Corporation has kick-started training workshop for junior workers. This is contained in a statement by the Director of Information and Public Relations, Oyo State Housing Corporation, Barrister Kunle Soni. Soni said the two-day exercise was aimed at bringing out the best out of the officers who fall between levels 1 and 6. The management of the Federal College of Agriculture, More Plantation, Ibadan, says no fewer than 4,000 people have been trained in different aspects of agriculture by the college in the last 12 years. Executive Provost of the college, Dr. Elizabeth Augustus, discussed these in a welcome address at the 2020 vocational training program organized by the college. Augustus maintained that the vocational training program was undertaken in partial fulfillment of the national mandate of the college. In the meantime, following a violent protest which led to destroying of the school's property, the management of Oyo State College of Education, Lanlate, has announced the suspension of the Students' Union President, Mohammed Olaita, and others. The suspension was communicated to the students in separate letters dated the 16th of December 2020. Similarly, students of the institution had to pay 10,000 naira as reparation for damage done to the college property during the students' demonstration. There was a rowdy session on the floor of the Oyo State House of Assembly as a bill to affirm Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, ownership was passed. Lawmakers argued over the multi campus provision in the bill during the consideration of the report on the bill presented by Honorable Femi Oluwafowokanmi led House Committee on Education, Science and Technology. Recall that the ownership crisis of the institution was put to end following the recommendation of the Nigerian University Commission, a development which made the Oyo State government to forward an executive bill to the House. Speaker of the Assembly, Honorable Adebo Ogundoyin, ruled that the bill be subjected to a clause-by-clause consideration by the entire Assembly at the day's plenary. Justice M.O. Olagunju of High Court 5, Ibadan Judicial Division of the Oyo State Judiciary has fixed the 5th of January 2021 for a hearing in a suit filed against Governor Sheyi Makinde and others by a man identified as Alhaji Wahid Akoni to contest the alleged substitution of his name as the caretaker chairman of Ibadan North local government area of Oyo State. Those joined alongside the government in the matter delineated are the Oyo State Government, Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Matters, Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Oyo State House of Assembly Wahid Akombi, Lukman Agboluwaje, and Akim Egbende. 4 people have fled dead in a ghastly motor accident that occurred at Funduk bus stop along Ojo Moniya Road. The accident involved a trailer and a micro taxi. It left 3 passengers and the driver of the micro lifeless, while one of the passengers who sustained injuries was taken to an undisclosed hospital by Federal Road Safety Corps officers. Reports revealed that FRSC officials, policemen, and a Amoteco Corps member evacuated the dead bodies from the badly damaged taxicab. And now to sports, Governor Sheyi Makinde has revealed his ambition is to discover, nurture, and groom rising stars in the world of sports. Makinde, while declaring the maiden edition of Governor Sheyi Makinde Tennis Championship Open at the Ibadan Recreation Center, Sabo Ibadan, expressed concern over the nation's inability to have a player among the big names of the game in the world.
I am so happy to see young talents. This is what we want to do in Oyo State. We want to develop as many of these talents as possible. We want to have our own Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, and even closer home, Kevin Anderson. Kevin Anderson is about the highest ranked tennis player from the continent of Africa.
In his remark, Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Sheun Fakorede, commended Governor Makinde for his immense contribution to the development of youth and sports.
Especially like to thank His Excellency, Engineer Oluseyi Makinde, who believes fervently in the youth and has given the youth of this state the opportunity to spread their tentacles. Your love and vision towards the development of sports can be physically seen and felt throughout the state. Owe you our deepest gratitude because without your visionary leadership, and most of us won't be here today.
The championship, which kicked off today and will end on the 24th of this month, will see 112 participants across the state slugging it out among themselves in the 3 categories with standard prizes. And you can contact us on these mobile numbers 0802 0086 270, 0802 2373 535, or visit us at Oyo State Pensioners House, Agbarigo Nirike, Ibadan. The news editor is Olarisayo Uweye. I am Inumidun Afonja. Thank you for your time.